Test. Good. Hello. This is it, everybody. We are finally here after 2 long days of trading card game action. We found 2 players that have qualified themselves to become the German national champion. We have a match between Niklas and David right now coming up, and I can't wait for the final to begin.
Yeah, I can't as well. Actually, the matchup is very interesting. We had a few finals with mirror matches, a few finals where one deck had a so huge matchup against the other one. It was very boring, but I think this matchup is very good.
We've seen that Niklas is playing his metal deck. We've seen it a couple of times during the live stream. And also David. David Sturm, he is using his Flareon deck, and while he used that Leafeon quite often during the last match, now I think it's going to be Flareon.
Yes, Flareon is a fire Pokemon. Well, metal Pokemon are weak to fire Pokemon. So obviously he will use the Flareon more often. But since Flareon needs 2 energy cards, double colors energy card, Edgy Slash will be a problem for him as well.
So we see that the players are just about to get started. We see the setup here. We are ready to go. We are pumped to see this final unfold, and I think Niklas and David are as well. On the right-hand side, we see Niklas with these pink sleeves, and the Pikachu sleeves belong to David's deck, while he is taking out a good luck charm, maybe.
Yeah, Clanat. It's an anime. So the game starts.
Oh.
And Niklas is able to start the game. This is very important because both players want to evolve their Pokemon. David needs to evolve his Eevees, and Niklas needs to evolve his Bronzongs.
If I remember correctly, this could be the very first match where Seismitoad is not the #1 attacker on either sides. In every single live stream we've seen today and yesterday, there was a Seismitoad involved, but right now, we're looking at decks that have a different approach to the game.
Yeah, the thing is, Niklas is playing Seismitoad, and this matchup is actually very good to attack with it. Yeah, but it's not his only option. He will just use it, well, when he uses it, he will just use it at the beginning of the game to prevent David from getting Pokemon in his discard pile. But, well, he played Computer Search for N or Keldeo, and he discarded 2 Metal Energy cards. This is very good because Metal Energy cards can be attached from the discard pile to one of his benched Pokemon with Bronzong's ability. And Keldeo is nice because you can use Rush and Retreat, and in this matchup, he can attach his Floatstones.
And exactly right. Item locks will not be as important in this match if Niklas decides not to bring out his Seismitoad early on in the game. He has one in his hand, if I saw that correctly. There's an Ultra Ball. No, it was a Dialga. There's the Ultra Ball. Lysan into the discard pile. Dialga into the discard pile. As David is not relying on Pokemon X to attack, he can get rid of his Dialga early on in the game. Oh, yeah, but there is that Seismitoad.
We see the Seismitoad. Yeah, well, Niklas is playing this one Jeetsus, and it's a very good combo. We found out that if you attack with Quaking Punch the whole game, and then there are some points where you stop attacking with Quaking Punch. And in this turn, you can just play Jeetsus, draw a lot of cards, and your opponent can play item cards the next turn as well, because you shuffled all of them back in the deck. This is a very good play, but it really relies on the situation. Jeetsus is a card which is very difficult to use. And Niklas didn't attach any energy card, just used Rush in, and David is now going for his Leafeon, because he expects Niklas to set up his Seismitoad.
And as you can see, that's Eevee's Pokemon power right there. If you attach a basic energy card to it, or any energy card, no, if it's a basic energy card, you can look for a Pokemon that evolves from. Hasn't he seen any Leafeon there? No, there was a Leafeon, I think.
Yes.
That would be a tough break for David if there was no Leafeon in the deck, but I think I saw one. He's just looking for his deck to count a couple of key cards.
Yes, a lot of people do this. As long as it doesn't take too much time, it's a legal play, but sometimes when you take too much time, might be a slow play, but this really depends on the situation. And especially in this match, this is the final match of a national championship. So the judges know the players are a bit nervous and most likely want to check everything 3 or 4 times.
Here's the Professor Sycamore for 7 new cards. There's also a nice and shiny execute.
And he drew 3 EVs. This is very huge.
Talk about flexibility. Here come those EVs. Taking his time here. Ultra Ball, using that execute to not have to discard too many cards. That's just typical for David's deck. Turns, especially the earlier ones, take a lot of time. Oh, look at this. It's a Glaceon. The Team Plasma Glaceon,
Yeah,
which is reducing the retreat costs, I think.
yes, with Glaceon he's able to retreat his active Deoxys to attack with Leafeon the next turn. So if Nicholas decides to attack with Quaking Punch, David can just retreat and deal 100 damage. And Nicholas isn't playing Max Potion, so the only option to get rid of damage is AZ. But it's a supporter card and he doesn't have a draw engine like Slurpuff. So it's a bit more like involved when you try to beat a Leafeon.
So we've seen an action from Niklas to maybe tend to that Seismitoad and a reaction by David to power up that Leafeon, threatening that Seismitoad. So maybe Niklas has a change of mind and is deciding not to go with that Seismitoad after all.
Yeah, the thing is, if he sets up an Aegislash, which is able to deal 100 damage, he can just knock out Leafeon.
Oh, there's a Jesus.
Yeah, but David can just 2-hit knock out the Aegislash, for example. So this might become a problem for Nicholas.
People in the chat are asking if these are already the finals. Yes, this is the final match of the game, of the day, and also the nationals. It's David against Niklas. We are looking for the national championship winner here in Germany.
Yeah. Now Nicholas just ended his turn. He didn't use the ability of Bronzong. And David is... Now he has all of his Eevee on the bench.
Wow, look at
and
this.
is using Jirachi.
Grass, fire, and ice, or in this case, water evolutions are out there. Another Eevee just waiting for its trainer to decide what kind of color it's going to evolve in. And the Jirachi is going to provide David with a much needed Professor Sycamore.
Yeah, so now, but this opens Nicholas the option to just knock out Deoxys, Jirachi, and 2 Pokémon. And David doesn't have any bench space for his Empoleon anymore. Empoleon's a very good card, especially in this matchup, because it doesn't need any special energy cards. And Nicholas always has a lot of Pokemon on the bench. And the ability, of course, is very strong.
Yes, it looks like he's getting rid of the ability to get that Empoleon by also discarding Arceus Ace in a Hole, or is he not? Maybe there are some second thoughts. Well, no, he is discarding it. Well, yeah. It is not really getting rid of the option. He always has that Versus Seeker, but he decides to discard it.
Yeah, actually, when you have VS Seeker, it's more likely to get a VS Seeker than a one-off Archie. So if he has only VS Seeker and already discarded the Archie, he can just get it this way.
No need for another Deoxys as it hits the discard pile with that Acrobike. Another Ultra Ball. You can see here he is taking his time for these turns. A lot of item cards to be played. Another Flareon. He decides that Flareon is going to be the #1 Pokemon he needs to go with to threaten Niklas' bench and active Pokemon.
Yeah, now he got the Grass Energy card onto the Flareon, so when he gets another grass energy card or a water energy card, he can just attack and knock out the Edgy Slash.
As long as Niklas is deciding to not attach any metal energy to its Pokemon or double colorless, that Leafeon is not going to do any damage anytime soon with its first attack.
Now it looks like Niklas is going for a Seismitoad.
He's considering it. He was reaching for those metal energy cards.
Well,
He
the
has
thing
an
is,
N in his
if
hand.
David is able to knock out his Edgy Slash, he can knock out the Flareon with his Seismitoad. Or maybe he has a Lysander in his hand and just wants to knock out the Flareon now. But no, he
Switch an
plays
N.
N.
Six new cards for both players. Neither of these players have drawn any prizes so far.
And it looks like David only has like item cards in his hand.
I see a Battle Compressor there. Ultra Ball here for Niklas. Another Metal Energy hitting the discard pile. He has one more in his hand. Oh, it's N.
Yeah, the question is, does he want to attach the Metal Energy or not? It would give David the option to deal 40 more damage. But with the 3 energy cards in play, that's 60. So it would deal 140 damage with Deoxys and Weakness. So attaching 1 energy might be safe.
And remember, he's using that Quaking Punch, so even if David has that Silver Bangle, he couldn't attach it because we see it in his hand. He would love to attach it, but that Seismitoad would prevent that from happening as he attacks.
And David top-decked Professor Sycamore.
Not too bad. That's exactly what he needed in this case.
And he got the Grass Energy card.
So
And
now
he could attach it to the
oh,
Flareon, but he goes for Leaf Blade Heads. We already saw this in the top 4 match. If he flips heads,
let's see
Seismitoad is knocked out, and
how lucky he gets. He was lucky last time. What's it going to be? It's another heads, and you see him fist pump. That was a very important heads right there. And Niklas is left with no energy cards here and no Pokemon ready to bounce back.
yeah, now he needs a Floatstone or a Switch card, so he could charge his Edgy Slash.
No, he doesn't have it.
It looks like he doesn't have... Oh, he does
Oh.
have the Professor Juniper. So if he gets Switch or Floatstone, he already has 1 Switch in the discard pile. He can attack with Edgy Slash.
Doesn't look like it. A lot of double colorless energy there in his hand. Steel Shelter, not very important in this matchup.
It looks like he with the Floatstone or Switch.
Yeah, I see a Muscle Band, I think. Yeah. Well. That's his discard pile. So 1 energy to Seismitoad, 2 to Aegis Slash. So that Bronzong would live both attacks, even if David flipped heads.
Yeah, now David, I guess he hopes for Lysander to knock out the Seismitoad with another heads, or he gets a Silver Bangle.
Has a lot of cards
He has
in
a
his
Silver
hands.
Bangle in his hand, so he only needs the Lysander to get 2 very easy prize cards, and then it should be already over.
Acro by. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, he got exactly what he wanted. This was a Seeker. He's playing it right now.
Yeah, he has a Lysander this discard pile, so this is game.
There's Seismitoad. And there's that Silverbank he wasn't able to play last turn. Now this doesn't look good for Niklas. David in command of this match right now.
Yeah, when David attaches a Grass Energy card to his Flareon, he just... Then there is no Pokemon Niklas can attack with. Because every Edgy-Slash will get knocked out, and the Keldeo gets knocked out as well by Flareon.
Even if he had that Lysander's trump card, do you think he could bounce back with that Aegislash sitting on the bench?
Maybe. But Niklas isn't playing any Lysander's trump cards. So
oh, he's out of options here.
There is nothing he can do. He can, when he has a Lysander for the Flareon on the bench, with a bit luck, he could win, but...
Looking through his discard pile, there's this Lysander. Maybe he's eyeing out that Lysander to give him one more turn. I don't see a versus Seeker though.
I guess he just... There isn't a lot he can do. He checks how many Pokemon in David's discard pile are.
Well done by David. He anticipated that and did not attach any double colorless to his Flareon. Instead, opted to go with basic energy. And is putting Niklas in a very tough spot. Not much he can do. There's Colress. Now he's out of options.
Yeah, even though it's chorus for 9.
What can he draw?
Well, I guess he will just retreat into the Bronzor to stall a turn. But that won't help a lot, I guess.
And then he says game.
So now it's 1-0 for David.
David leading the way. It's a very flexible deck, I noticed. It has obviously a couple of different attackers to make use of and react to different styles. I was always wondering, why haven't we seen this deck for quite some time in the past? Because a lot of these cards are fairly old.
You mean the Flareon?
The Flareon, Leafeon deck, exactly.
Well, the thing is, Flareon became playable when Battle Compressor released. It allows you to discard 3 Pokemon from your deck. Otherwise, there were some people playing it as a meta call because you were able to knock out Genesect and Version back these days. But now with Battle Compressor, you are able to knock out pretty much every Pokemon EX because you are able to discard all your Pokemon so fast. And now with the Primal Clash set and Archie's Ace in the hole, you have the option to put a Empoleon on your bench, which gives you even better options because it can draw 2 cards every turn.
Now if you're Niklas, what is your battle strategy for the second game to bounce back from that loss?
I guess I would do the same, just again, attacking with Seismitoad at the beginning, trying to knock out all the Eevees, the Flareons, and then when he doesn't have any options to knock out his Aegislash, attacking with Aegislash and win the game this way.
I remember, I think it was the third turn or maybe even the second where David found all his Eevees, giving him all the flexibility he needed. Even if he was able, Niklas, to Lysander out one of these Eevees, just another one would come up and evolve in whatever he needed.
Yeah, he had... Well, you could call it was a bit luck because he got the Glaceon and Flareon and Leafeon, and he got the energy cards he needed pretty much every time. While Niklas didn't draw any energy cards, but that's the games. You draw some cards, you need some cards.
It was a similar situation we saw with Carl just now.
Yes, very
in
similar.
An unbelievable turn of events. 2 times in a row he didn't draw anything and basically just had to concede that semi-final. Now let's see how Niklas bounces back, and hopefully he can keep his cool and believe that also this luck can turn around here in game number 2. Tell us a little bit about why Ditto has found its way into this deck from David.
Oh, Ditto is very cool because, well, there were a lot of Pokemon. You need to play a lot of Pokemon. pretty much everyone goes for 25, and then some people play 24 or 26. Ditto is just good because you can discard it with Battle Compressor, or when you start with it, you can just transform it into every Pokemon you need. Plus the fact, if Ditto is in play and you transform it, but Ditto is already sitting there one turn, you can evolve it the same turn. So, for example, you don't have any Eevee in play, you still can play down your Ditto to evolve turn 2 into your Flareon, even though you don't have an Eevee in the first turn.
Okay, so that means Ditto is transforming, not evolving into Eevee, and hence I can put that Flareon on there the same turn.
Yeah, and when you play Trump card, for example, you have Ditto in play, and all your Eevees are on the discard pile, you can play Lysander's Trump card, search for Eevee and evolve it into Flareon the same turn.
So we see Niklas doing exactly what you, I don't want to say told him, but he's again looking for that Seismitoad to start the match early on. Yes, that Floatstone, so Seismitoad is already active. Now David just drew a Professor Sycamore, I think, which he needed very much.
Yes. He got a Silver Bangle, which is not really good for Niklas, because Leafeon will deal more damage, and if David has a bit luck, he can get Leafeon this turn, because the ability of Eevee ignores the fact that Eevee is put in play this turn. So for example, if he gets Eevee and transform Ditto into Eevee, he can attach an energy card and evolve in the first turn.
Oh, and Niklas already retreated that Bronzor to make room for Seismitoad. It could bite him now if David is able to draw the perfect cards here. He's taking his time to determine which cards he's discarding.
A lot of time. And, well, he is thinking a lot.
As he's preparing a Lysander, maybe?
Yeah, he discarded his Lysander because, well, like I said, when you play only one Lysander, the chances are higher if you discard the one, because you can get your VS Seeker.
There's the Eevee.
And the Grass
Oh,
Energy card.
unbelievable. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe he wants to go for the Flareon, but let's see what he gets with Acrobike.
First seeing all his options, another Battle Compressor. Now he can do whatever he would like.
Yeah, but it looks like he doesn't have a supporter in his hand. So he will have to play the Battle Compressor, because with Battle Compressor in a evolution stack, you only discard Pokémon. For example, Audino's abilities are you can heal 10 damage and remove a special condition. Niklas' deck doesn't have any cards that give you a special condition, so you discard all of your Audino's. And the thing is, you don't discard supporter cards. So if you play Battle Compressor, the chances are higher to get a supporter the next turn than if you didn't play the Battle Compressor.
Another Battle Compressor. He's seen enough Battle Compressors for now. Discarding all those Pokemon together with the Battle Compressor. And Niklas maybe now knows what's coming. Yeah,
he's going for the Leafeon. Very lucky there that he got the Eevee and the energy card. And he has a Deoxys on his hand as well.
So that's 120 damage if I calculate correctly already. 100? Oh, he didn't opt to play out that Deoxys. He doesn't need it this turn. The only risk is now that if Niklas ends...
But I think there is no possibility for Niklas to knock out the Leafeon this turn.
Here's that Jirachi for a Professor Juniper. Not really going the way Niklas needs it to go. He is opting for that Quaking Punch either way. Good thing is he has a Bronzong now and already Metal Energy discarded, so you might want to power up his Aegislash.
Yeah, now he hopes that David has a bad hand, so he can just knock out the Leafeon next turn and win the game this way.
We know that he will be able to play out that Deoxys, so he won't win it. But no, there's no supporter.
Yeah, so this is very good for him.
Deoxys is coming out with energy to be able to retreat as soon as possible. 2 more cards from the
And
price,
still
but
no
still no
supporter card.
supporter. Oh, he's in dire street now. Niklas can come back very soon now.
And he plays
Oh,
Jesus.
what a timing that
Now
is.
he knows David's hand. He gets 2 hand cards. One thing I hate about Jesus is if your opponent top decks a supporter, you know he did.
Exactly, because you had to shuffle,
Yes.
right? And you feel like guilty that you're the one doing it. But now he's attaching that metal energy thanks to Bronzong's ability. And another one coming up, so you can recycle both of them, which got just discarded from that Seismitoad knockout. He's not content with that. He's going for the Ultra. But what does he have?
It looks like he doesn't have a supporter card in his hand too.
Yeah, I think it's a golden switch and a double colorless he has left in his hand.
Yeah, so maybe he might go... Well, I don't know what he is searching for because Jirachi is already in play. Maybe he goes for a Bronzor or a Dialga because the Dialga is able to one-hit knock out Deoxys EX. It needs a double colorless energy card and 2 metal energies, and with a muscle band it deals 170 damage.
All of a sudden, Niklas is coming back into this game.
Yeah, now the Edgy Slash has enough energy cards to attack.
Attaching another one.
Yeah, I guess he just charts it up to maybe knock out the Deoxys with 1 hit next turn.
Oh, this is going to be a very important card for David. What's it going to be? Oh,
it's
an Ultra Ball.
Sweet Jesus. And now he can search his deck for Jirachi and get a supporter card.
Is there already. He knows exactly what he's looking for.
Yes.
There's that Jirachi, and he can take that Sycamore already. Do you want to? No, I don't think he's going to use that energy. There's no point.
And he's thinking a lot again because he doesn't want to discard his grass energy card because he needs the basic energies to attack.
Yeah, he's counting it. There's one more. I think that's it. I just saw
Yeah,
one.
there's 1 grass and 1 water energy card in his deck.
Yeah.
There's already 1
But there's
grass
no
in the
EV to
discard
attach
pile.
it to, so he's out of options, and N is maybe not enough to get him out of the situation, so he realizes he has to play it.
Yeah, especially when he plays N, he only gets 4 cards.
Okay, there are 2 Acro Bikes, another Ultra Ball, which could
Yeah,
get him an EV.
and a Ditto. So he
Silver
has...
Bangle also, always helpful.
But he discards it because he wants the VS Seeker. He gets another Acro Bike.
Oh, running through his deck. Here's
And
already
now
that
he is an
EV.
EV.
Well, he's thinking I have an Ultra Ball as
no
well.
basic energy cards in his hand.
And I don't think he has any cards to get it with. Not this turn, though.
Yeah, the good thing is that David has EV and Ditto. So if Niklas plays Last Thunder for EV, David can still transform and evolve. But since the EV now got a special energy card, Niklas might go for the Ditto if he has the Last Thunder, which he doesn't have yet.
Now Niklas,
he got a metal energy card from top, and
there's a Bronzor
maybe
as
he
well.
got something good from the prize cards.
If you have a Bronzor in your hand, you play it at this point?
I'm not sure because he still has the Dialga on his hand.
And he opts to attack with
Yes.
120. Now David needs to get those basic energy cards ASAP. Oh, there's one.
There was a grass energy card.
Now, he could use that Ultra Ball, get an EV, put it on either Ditto or just on his bench.
Yeah, he could knock out Niklas Jirachi. David saw that Niklas didn't play a supporter card. So just knocking out his Jirachi and then get 2 easy prize cards, like a 2-hit with Leafeon, or just knocking out 2 Bronzongs, could just win him the game.
There's this Eevee, I think
Or
it's the last one there.
Yeah, or he's going for Leafeon.
5 energy cards in play on Niklas' side, so without any attachments, that Leafeon will deal 100 damage with just 1 energy. Here we go. He needs those basic energy cards back into his deck. Deoxys? Well, still undecided. But will retreat now. Eevee becoming active, getting that energy very soon. I think he's going for that Leafeon. Otherwise, he would just put Eevee active to become a way to get one more turn. I don't think he's going to do that.
Did he play VS Seeker?
Yes, he did for that Lysander's trump card, and here we go, that's Leafeon for 100 damage.
110 actually.
This is the Deoxys.
Yeah, Niklas can knock out the Leafeon, but well, it's still very tough because even though David has no Pokemon in his discard pile, Flareon still deals 20 damage. With a Silver Bangle, it's 50. And with weakness, it's 100 damage. This is enough for knocking out the Jirachi EX. So if he knocks out Aegislash, he just needs the Lysander and Flareon, Silver Bangle to win the game. And it's not too hard to get these cards.
Oh, he's retreating it.
Oh, this is very interesting.
That's a costly retreat right there.
Well, the thing is, if he attacks with the second Aegislash, David won't be able to draw another prize card with his
and a switch. Nice play. Knocking out that Leafeon with a whole new Aegislash. And David's hand didn't seem too good, did it?
Well, Niklas still doesn't have a supporter card. This is a huge problem. But I think David doesn't have one either.
There is at least a Grass Energy which could give him access to another Leafeon. But then there's no way to get rid of that Ditto. Yeah, he realized that. Oh, I didn't see that. I think he top tagged it.
Yeah, now he needs Eevee and Leafeon. But he doesn't have an Eevee yet.
Yes, Acrobike going for him.
And he puts the Flareon into his hand.
Taking his time here, he has 2 Flareons in his hand, another grass type basic energy card.
Yeah, the thing is, he was very, very, very greedy because he needs 2 cards. He needs Eevee and Leafeon, and he only gets 7 cards. So now he kinda wasted his grass energy card.
Now Niklas still not getting any good cards. It looks like. Just checking his discard pile for another metal energy, and yeah, not much more going on. I think he has to attack. Yeah, and he does.
But yeah, the active Aegislash is safe now for a while.
And another Sycamore.
Is there a Lysander in his hand? It looks like.
Looked like a Lysander. It's very dark on the left side there.
Nevertheless, he has the option because he has a Jirachi on his hand.
And he's going to play it as that second Jirachi. Could these Jirachi become possible targets for Niklas to Lysander out?
Yeah, not anymore. There were already 2 dead Pokemon EX on David's bench. Deoxys and Jirachi. And Niklas only has 3 prize cards left, so it doesn't really make a difference if he plays a second Jirachi.
Now, as you predicted, here's that Flareon and that Silver Bangle to make a clean knockout on Jirachi X from Niklas.
The good thing is David doesn't have Ditto or Eevee in play. So if Niklas, he has enough energy cards to knock out the Flareon. So he only has to attack. And then, yeah, David needs to have a lot of luck to come back. And Niklas, what did he get from top? A VS Seeker, but now it's too late because there are no supporter in his discard pile.
Well, there was an Ultra Ball, so he might... Oh, that Jirachi was just discarded. Oh dear. What is he going to do? Seismitoad. Well, Seismitoad, if he had a double colorless...
If he has a double colors energy card and Muscle Band in his hand, Seismitoad is the card to go for. And he does have...
Wow! Talk about not drawing the cards he needed. These are exactly the cards he needed right now. He doesn't even need a supporter for that. Flareon goes down, and both players are
now
down to 2 prices.
The thing is, this was a bit risky. He lowered the chances of David from getting a Leafeon, but David still has a chance. He just needs Eevee, Grass Energy card, and then he wins the game. Because Niklas has so many energy cards in play.
And here we go.
He has
Is it Eevee?
Eevee.
Is it going to be the last card? No, no energy card.
The Grass Energy card.
Wow. And now all Niklas needs is access to a Lysandre, some way to get rid of that Seismitoad, though that's going to be tough. Here's that retreat, and Audino's just there to take a hit.
Or maybe he might even attack with it. Oh, he didn't. He has a Lysandre.
Lysandre, but no, he has to retreat it.
No, the Deoxys already had 120
he's
damage.
Choosing that. He's choosing that
So
Deoxys. Very well done.
That was close.
And that was exhausting even for us here.
Yes. Well, David was very greedy in this game. And, well, it didn't work out at the end of the game. And now it's 1-1, and the last game is starting. We just want to remind you, this is a very special match for us, because David was German National Championship in the Masters Division 1 time. So if he wins, we have the first 2-time National Champion in the Masters Division. And Niklas was the European Champion this season. So if he wins, this is the first time we have a European Champion and a National Champion in the same season.
And for you guys in the United States, watch out, because if Niklas is taking down both prizes, he's going for the triple. He is going to try and go for the world title as well. And I think he is poised to do exactly that, because he has all the self-esteem he needs after winning the major events here in Europe.
Yeah, if he wins today, he got 1,000 championship points just from 2 events.
And that will be enough to get the flight to Boston, fly his whole crew over there, cheer him on, and try and take down that prestigious title of becoming a world champion. But one step after the other. This is just a draw. He has not won it yet. There's David, who would love to go to Boston as well. He needs this win
to
get there, while Niklas already has the invite and the ticket to go there. So there's so much on the line in this last game.
Yes, it is. So we see David starting the game because he lost. So starting is better than going second in this matchup. And he plays Acrobike, getting an Eevee, and he has an Ultra Ball in his hand and Jirachi, so he has a supporter card. But it doesn't look like he is able to get turn 1 Empoleon.
Playing that Eevee, does he opt to evolve it? I think not. He just attaches that basic energy card to it and is not looking for that Leafeon. Instead, he's playing an Ultra Ball. Looking through his deck here, taking his time. We've seen that before. He's looking for all his key cards, counting the amount of basic energy he has in there. I counted, I think there were 2 more grass energy cards in his deck. Checking his hand. That's absolutely legit. He's not stalling whatsoever. There's no point in stalling anyway at this point. It's 1-1. Both players have equal chances to become German's national champion.
Yeah, I saw a few people asking in the chat who these people are in German forums. And I know that David S. Is not really known for being called Yoshi, but his name is often Yoshi minus or Yoshi dot or something like that. And Niklas is called Springbob.
Okay, well,
good to know. And we saw a very, very huge turn from David.
Well, it's the country of opportunities, I guess. So whatever works for you, that also counts for your nicknames. So if that's how you become a European champion, you guys should take note. There's an AMIGO slash. There's another switch in there. Metal energy. What else does Niklas have to help him here? Colress. That's not gonna. Well, yeah, he's opting to go with the Colress. Good for him that David has put so many Pokemon onto the bench, because otherwise he would have had no option to get more cards here.
Yeah, the problem is you see Flareon on David's hand. So if he is able to charge the Flareon to evolve the Eevee with a Grass Energy card, he just can one-hit knock out the Edgy Slash on Niklas' bench.
5 very important cards. Well, I wasn't able to see what he got there. It's an Ultra Ball, Muscle Band. He's considering it. A Dialga. He's opting to go with that Ultra Ball. What's he going? Does he have a supporter card though? What's
I think
that?
it's a VS Seeker, but I'm not quite sure.
Because otherwise the Ultra Ball should... Yeah, it is. Because otherwise that Ultra Ball should maybe be reserved for another Jirachi next turn. But he's going for it. What's he going to go for?
I guess for another Bronzor, just to have it.
David's looking good so far. Niklas not able to pick up the necessary speed here. Not yet. And it is a Bronzor. And I think he already ended his turn.
Yeah, there was nothing he can do now. And David got a Glacian. So in theory, he could knock out the Edgy Slash this turn, only if he has a lot of cards, but it doesn't look like he does.
He has a lot of options. There's that Flareon. Yeah.
he is thinking it, because if he evolves the Eevee with the Grass Energy card, he might be able to knock out Edgy Slash, but also Niklas might be able to Lysander it, and then David doesn't have an option to knock out the Edgy Slash.
Oh, here's the aggressive approach. He's going for it.
Yes. He can't retreat this turn.
Yep, there is that basic energy cards he needed. Another Eevee.
Oh, he could attack with Leafeon now.
There's so many options. Amazing. He can just evolve. No, not evolve. Transform that Ditto now. But first of all, let's go for a Battle Compressor. Niklas being put into a tough spot here. David applying some pressure already. Very quick to decide on which cards he wants to discard with that Battle Compressor here.
Yeah, finally he does not take that much time.
But still walking through his deck.
Yeah, now he discards the Lysander to have it with VS Seeker.
Now Niklas knows what's coming. He knows he better get started.
Oh, and he attached the Grass Energy card to his Flareon.
That means he's not going to attack this round.
Nope.
But is he going to evolve? No, transform that Ditto. He's considering it. but he's not passing over to Niklas. He always has access to that chorus, and he's going to it right now. Yeah, 6 cards.
Well, that's very hard for Niklas, because if he attacks with Aegislash, it will get knocked out immediately. And, well, he might go for a Seismitoad, but he would need Seismitoad, double colors, energy card, floats on or switch. But let's see what he gets with a chorus for a 6.
And we know the Leafeon is just around the corner for David. He has all the cards he needs.
Even though Niklas attacks with Seismitoad, David just can use his Leafeon.
We haven't seen his hand yet. There's a Jirachi, Bronzor, Metal
The problem
Energy.
is, Niklas knows that David has most likely a Lysander, so charging his Aegislash is a huge risk.
Yep. He's evolving one of them. Is he going for the tackle? Might sound awkward, but he might go for it, and he does. That's a tackle attack, ladies and gentlemen. 10 damage onto that Ditto.
Yeah, pretty worthless 10 damage, but he attached the energy active in the first place to retreat it next turn.
And even if it gets discarded, we know that Bronzong is making good use of it.
Yes. So the thing is, the only way to knock out this Bronzong, or Bronzor, is to play Leafeon and Deoxys, or to use Flareon, but he would need Flareon and the double color Sentry card, and an Eevee. Yes, so the chances aren't that high. Now they are thinking, and Niklas is checking David's discard pile. And David got all of it. He got energy card, Deoxys, and everything.
Well,
to knock
that's
out the this basic thing.
The Bronzor has hit the discard pile now, and Niklas will have to make a decision here. It's not an easy one. Yeah, it's another Bronzor. He's in a tough spot. Yeah, he doesn't like what he sees. He has that Jirachi, but still there is a Lysander sitting in the discard pile from David, and I think he has easy access to it. Yeah, Aegislash is probably going to attack this turn. Oh well.
Well, the thing is, if he attacks with Aegislash, it will get knocked out, so he needs a Lysander, and he has to attack with Aegislash. But the thing is, he doesn't have enough energy cards.
So no Lysander this turn.
The problem is there is still a VS Seeker on David's hand, so he will just knock out the Aegislash next turn.
Yes,
but well, Niklas got a switch.
And here goes the Colress, I guess. He has another Dialga. Does he want to put it? Yeah, he's going to.
He just put the Dialga in play because he wants 1 card more.
9 cards that is.
And he got a Seismitoad to revenge knock out the Aegislash later in the game.
The Flareon?
Oh, I have the Flareon, of course.
If David is putting out an Aegislash, I call the judge. Here we go. That Leafeon is hitting the discard pile. That's the first prize card for Niklas. And Flareon, as we expected, is making an appearance here. Another Deoxys in David's hand. Now he even doesn't need the Lysander. Looking for it though. Maybe counting the amount of Pokemon.
Yeah, or he wants to go for Professor Sycamore. Or maybe he might be able to put a Empoleon on the bench, which I guess would be the end of this game. Ah, so he gets one egg in his hand, plays computer search.
Oh yeah, it looks like
So it
he,
looks
yeah.
like he might be able to get it.
And there's a water energy in his deck. Where's that Arceus ace in the hole though? Or does he have it in his hand already?
Well, he has a VS Seeker in his hand, but it looks like he wasn't even going for the Empoleon, because otherwise he would just discarded the one card in his hand, which is not VS Seeker, instead of going for Execute. And yeah, just got a Battle Compressor with Computer Search to discard Archie.
Water energy going to Eevee. VS Seeker.
And for some reason he goes for Sycamore. Maybe his Archie is in the prize cards.
Yeah, otherwise the computer search for that water energy would probably not make much sense.
Yeah, and he doesn't play the supporter, he just...
That's interesting. There was an Empoleon, I think he drew from his hand.
He goes from the prize cards now. Well, he was fearing that Nicholas plays Jeetsis. And of course he fears that Nicholas is just attacking with Quaking Punch. So this is the reason why he played the VS Seeker this turn.
Here's Keldeo. Now, will he play a Cobras to get access?
An N would be very nice, but Nicholas's only supporter is this Chorus.
And he needs two perfect cards here with the double colorless and also the muscle band to revenge kill that Flareon.
Yeah, instead of the double colorless energy card, actually he could draw a Floatstone or a Switch.
You're
and
right.
He could just use a Russian, 2 Bronze Songs ability and retreat or use the Switch. But the muscle band is very important though.
Let's see. 9 cards.
Yeah, otherwise he has the option to just attach 3 energy cards to his Keldeo to knock out the Flareon. I guess doesn't make too much sense.
Double colorless, but I don't see a muscle band there.
Yeah, I would just check David's discard pile.
Ah, here we go.
And it looks like he's going for the Dialga.
Oh, wow, yes. You could always go for the second attack now if he has a Floatstone or a Switch. He does have that Switch. He will have to discard a Metal Energy at the same time. But he's knocking out the Flareon. Now David is checking his options while Niklas has a rather big hand here. Silver Bangle going to that Ditto, probably looking to become an Eevee rather soon. Professor Sycamore. So he's discarding a leaf, and there's that Eevee already. Also a basic grass energy card. I'm sorry, of course, the guy had to discard 2 metal energy cards. There's that Eevee we just talked about.
Yeah, the problem is that now David just needs DCE and a Flareon, or just another basic energy card and Flareon, but of course he wants to save his basic energy cards to knock out an AG Slash.
There's one Flareon left, and we also see the double colorless energy.
But there is no leaf in, I guess. So maybe the Seismitoad will become the most important card in this matchup.
Yeah, he just had to discard it with that Professor Sycamore, so it's hit the discard pile already. Ultra Ball. Oh, here, there's the Arceus ace in the hole, I think, underneath that Execute.
What is he still playing the Battle Compressor? Okay, now he shuffled his deck.
He shuffled his deck, exactly. Discarded Ultra Ball. Here is that Flareon.
Oh, and now he will have a huge problem if Niklas is able to attack with Quaking Punch.
Niklas is considering it. He would need that Floatstone now. In that case, it wouldn't matter what Pokemon he's playing active, and he could use Metal Energy from those Bronze Songs. Yeah, Jirachi would only have one. Yeah, he thinks that Jirachi is easiest to retreat here. He has a lot of cards in his hand, so there have to be some options.
Yeah, he puts Jirachi active because he just needs to attach a metal energy card to the active Jirachi to retreat it. So he doesn't really need the float stone, so an energy card would do the same thing.
There's a Lysander, not important right now. Oh, look at this. All those cards hitting the discard pile. He's
very interesting that he didn't attach the metal energy card on his hand. I guess because he still needs the muscle band, and if he doesn't have it, he just needs an energy card to attack with Keldeo EX.
Oh, I didn't see any energy card in this hand. There's a double colorless.
Doesn't look too good for him.
There's a double colorless in his hand, though. But then again, he will have to retreat Jirachi. Now, well, we could go with that Keldeo. Very important turn right now. Oh yeah,
and
Keldeo it is.
Like I thought, this is the only... Oh no.
He has another double colorless, yep.
Yeah, the thing is now he has 4 energy cards in play.
And we see a Leafeon in his hand.
If David gets the energy card, I guess.
He needs an energy card right now. But does he have the draw engine to get it? Oh, there's an Acrobike.
He has Acrobike and
so important right now. Oh, it's an N and a Silver Banger. He has to take that N.
He has a Sycamore in his hand.
Oh, he has a Sycamore, but how does he have enough cards in his deck?
Well, he only has 1 prize card left, so if he gets the energy now, he just wins.
Oh dear. 7 cards. There's 1 card left. That's a Sycamore. He opens it up. Oh no. He shouldn't do that. He shouldn't do that, but yeah, he wins it anyway. Yeah, David Sturm is
David
the
Sturm is the second, is the first person with 2 German national championship titles in the Masters division.
Congratulations, David Sturm, as you hear the crowd cheering him on. Very well played indeed. He always had an answer to whatever Niklas did, even in very, very precarious situations. Very nice deck there by David. He made it to the finals and defeating the reigning European champion in Niklas. So both David and Niklas will go over to Boston. That's the bad news for our American colleagues. We have now 2 very strong competitors battling it out at the Worlds in Boston. So you better watch out.
Yeah, very well done by David and very well done by Niklas as well. He made it to the finals and I think he's the one with the most championship points in the whole world at the moment, with about 1,250 or something like that.
So what's the exchange rate between those points and the euro? What can he buy for that?
Actually, he can't buy anything for it, but...
He can buy that flight ticket, though. That has to be worth something.
Well, he gets the flight ticket if he has a lot of CP. But he just needs to have so much CP to get the top 22 spot. And yeah, if you have 1,000 CP, you have it.
So for the trading card game, once the Masters division has finished playing now, with David becoming the new German national champion, again, congratulations. This is how we wrap up the day for the trading card game, though.
Yes.
But we have one more match for you coming up right now, and that is the VGC Masters final. We are just getting ready. You know we plan to start with this final match, best of 3 at 4:45. However, I have some good news for you. We will be starting a bit earlier than this. That's the good news. I know you're stoked already. The chat is full with VGC already. You can't stand having the TCG stay on for much time. We know that. But the VGC is coming on very soon, and you will find out who is joining David Sturm in becoming the Pokémon National Champion 2015 and here in the VGC Finals Masters Division.
Yeah, enjoy the finals from video game.
We will go on a short break and we will be right back with the VGC finals. So thank you for listening to the trading card game and have fun with the VGC finals. See you later.
Herzlich willkommen.